Exposed or massive heart? UFC 324. Your boy Ego, I'm back to let you know what I saw really in the main event. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm not going to lie to you, kid. The main event definitely exceeded all expectations. We knew it was going to be a good fight. The rest of the card was a bit meh, you know what I mean? But the main event saved everything. So I want to give you guys my breakdown. Paddy Pimblett was fighting Justin Gaethje, and on paper, we knew it was going to be a good fight. It absolutely delivered. Now, the makeup of this particular fight for me was quality versus quantity. The quality of the harder, more impactful shots, the shots that got more sting and mustard on them, clearly went to Justin Gaethje, who actually won the fight on the judges' scorecards after 5 rounds. Paddy Pimblett, there were a couple moments where maybe he even stung Gaethje a little bit, but it was more so his volume. Round one, I think Paddy came out with a good game plan. He looked to be the faster fighter. And I think the overall tone of the fight throughout the fight was Paddy was busier and Justin Gaethje hit harder, so he didn't have to be busier, right? Now, I give you guys the good, the bad, and the ugly. The good is Gaethje, the veteran, won. He was complaining about fighter pay. Now he has a belt wrapped around his waist. So now you can kind of demand from Dana White bigger opportunities, more fights. Gaethje, at some point recently, he was doing interviews, sounded a little bit disgruntled. Like, if I don't get a title shot soon, I'm out of here. So for that reason, very good for Gaethje. He showed veteran heart. Power is clearly the last thing to go. And I think Paddy showed heart. Some people are now saying he's exposed and been exposed, but I'll leave that for y'all in the comment section. Paddy definitely fought his heart out, but it was very apparent who the veteran was and who had been in these big moments before, fighting Dustin Poirier, fighting Max Holloway, the ups and downs, like he got knocked out in that fight. And it was clearly Justin Gaethje. Now, Justin Gaethje, his game plan wasn't without flaw. From round 1, 2, early in the fight, I really truly thought that Gaethje was fighting rather sloppy. And I know some people are like, "Oh, that's how he always fights." I'm talking about what I've seen. He didn't seem as crisp as normal, even for his standard. If you watch his fight with Tony Ferguson and other like Cowboy Cerrone, you watch those type of fights, he still looked a bit crisp. And maybe it has something to do with his age, or he hasn't really been the most active guy, right? After the Max Holloway knockout. So maybe that's what it was. His last fight was in March. So it had almost been a year, age, all that type of stuff. So Justin Gaethje, he didn't look as sharp. His game plan was, oddly enough, it was weird, but it was effective. At age 37, he was fighting really like an old Gaethje, meaning when he was in his 20s or whatever. He showed no respect to Paddy. He was trying to just like fight like the Terminator. Yeah, what are you doing? You close your boots, give them to me now. Yeah, get down. Yeah. You know what I mean? Straight Terminator mode, trying to have no respect. And then for that reason, in rounds 1 and 2, he was getting caught. He was getting caught a lot, and his head was getting clipped. And I was like, man, he got to stay out of the way and improve his defense, stay out of the way of some of these shots or whatnot, or it could get ugly. But he stuck to that game plan. And I want to say round 3, he really hurt Paddy, and he continued this trend rounds 4 and 5. I think Gaethje won the fight. I think he could have looked sharper and crisper in certain spots. But again, almost 40, 37 years old, ain't fought in almost a year. And I think his game plan, which obviously worked, it got him the victory. His game plan was like, I've been through the trenches. I've been in these situations. I took the Nurmagomedov loss. I've won. I've won these big fights. Paddy ain't never been here, so I'm gonna take him to deep water and drown him. And that's pretty much what he did. By rounds 4 and 5, you started to see Gaethje had rearranged his whole face, bleeding. He was leaking, and I know it was a bad sign for Paddy early in the fight when they were in like clinches, and he kept looking up at the clock. That showed me that the power and the pressure early was getting to Paddy, because I don't remember any fight where his face looked all crazy and rearranged like the Gaethje fight. And surprisingly enough, in this fight with Gaethje, Paddy's face looked horrific, right? Like you see his face look all busted up, cut, like it looked like he had been in a real fight. And post-fight, it didn't even look like Gaethje had even broke a sweat or anything. So I thought that was very interesting. Now some people are saying there's Gaethje, I think right before the last round, you see his face is clear. I know that's not the way to tell who won a fight or whatever, but it's a very big compare and contrast when you see one guy fresh-faced and then the judges see a guy looking like he's been through the meat grinder. Now, this fight also had a lot of fouls where there were some eye pokes. Some of them didn't really get accounted for and whatnot. But overall, very good fight. Gaethje, congratulations. He did his thing. He don't have to retire. He's a champion again. And, you know, as far as Paddy, I give him credit. He showed a lot of heart. He showed heart because Gaethje put people down with some of the shots that he was landing, and he could have packed it in if he truly wanted to and called it quits. And lesser fighters would have done that. So overall, the whole card wasn't that great, but it don't really matter. The main event more than made up for it. So it was much better than Zuffa Boxing, their debut on Paramount, UFC 324. Let me know what you think. What's next for Justin Gaethje? Do you want to see a rematch? Clearly, I know it's early in the year, but that has to be, for UFC, one of their Fight of the Year nominees because it was a crazy fight. Even towards the end in round 5, they were like spilling around trying to knock each other out, falling on the ground and tripping and falling. Like it was crazy. It almost like two drunkards at a bar, the way they were trying to go at each other. Pause. And I think at the end, Gaethje said something to Paddy like, hey, you know, you're really a warrior. And I think at that point, when two guys push each other to the brink like that, pause, you got to give credit and got to give respect. So shout out to Justin Ray Gaethje, now a champion again. For more boxing news, but I do cover some MMA, some like influencer boxing and whatnot, subscribe to my channel. Use my link me. It gets to all of my links, the support links, cash apps, the other sites and platforms I'm involved with. Smash the like button, share the video. Let me know what you guys think. Justin Gaethje, are you not entertained?